Honen, and Shinran. Honen, also known as Genku, proclaimed the basis of an independent Pure Land school in 1175, and Shinran joined his ranks in 1201 after descending from the Tendai monastery atop Mount Hai. A major Nembutsu persecution occurred in 1207, and Shinran was forever separated from his beloved teacher. Both were exiled to remote provinces in opposite directions. But his complete devotion to Honen remained unchanged throughout his life, as evidenced in the Hymns of the Pure Land Masters, written in 1248, when Shinran was 76, quote, "Through countless kalpas and innumerable lives, we did not know the strong cause of liberation. Were it not for our teacher Genku, this present life also would pass in vain. Our teacher Genku appeared through the power of the light of wisdom, and revealing the true Pure Land way, he taught the selected primal vow." Close quote. In the Tanisho, this reverence for his master is expressed in almost unbelievable words, quote, "I have nothing to regret, even if I have been deceived by my teacher Honen, and saying the Nembutsu should fall into hell." Close quote. What Shinran learned from his teacher, and held close to his heart throughout his lifetime, was simply, just say the Nembutsu and be saved by Amida. When contrasted to the traditional requirement to master the three learnings of precepts, meditation, and wisdom, the simplicity of this new teaching was deceptive. It was only natural that few could appreciate that which gave this practice its awesome weight and power, the primal vow of Amida, directing boundless compassion to all beings. In contrast to the religious practices precariously balanced on finite human powers, the Nembutsu is upheld by the infinite power of Amida Buddha, firmly rooted in the Dharma body as suchness. Honen's advocacy of the single practice of recitative Nembutsu as the only efficacious path to enlightenment in the latter ages is based upon his principle of selection and rejection. The selection of Nembutsu by the primal vow as the sole viable practice meant automatically the rejection of all existing Buddhist disciplines as ineffectual and meaningless. This denunciation of traditional Buddhism, helped by the historical sense of doom that filled the people's minds, was made possible by Honen's deep insight into Amida's wisdom and did not rest on fallible human judgment. He showed that limited self-power could never lead to supreme enlightenment. Only that power coming from supreme enlightenment itself could effectuate the enlightenment of all beings, including those excluded from entering the gates of traditional Buddhist practices. Shinran carried on the essential teaching of Honen, but he was also sensitive to the elements of self-assertion lurking hidden behind the other power practice of Nembutsu. He therefore devoted his efforts to clarifying the necessity of being carried on the power of the primal vow as the inner dynamic of recitative Nembutsu. The complete entrusting of self to the primal vow meant simultaneously abandoning all need to rely on self-power. This is the reason for Shinran's stress on Shinjin, the true and real mind of Amida Buddha, which is the source of this entrusting. Through the working of Amida's wisdom and compassion, we are made to say the Nembutsu, affirming the enduring power of Amida and acknowledging our limited human capacities. Thus, the central question for the Shin Buddhist becomes not, how can I attain Satori, but, how can I be carried by the power of the primal vow?